All right. Ladies and gentlemen, got a little breakout long here. Let's see. We hold this node. Go live on Instagram. Got a lot going on. Okay. We did it. Busy, busy, busy. So took a little breakout long here. Just picking pennies up off the floor. Nothing crazy here. We'll see what this trade does. Once it closes, we'll bust out to the weekly and do our weekly analysis. The currency, good morning. What's up? It's a new day. Good morning. Yes, sir. Is a new day. Wah227 joining over on the gram. What's up? Today's a busy day for me. I'm doing a lot. Got a lot going on in the business. Bobby, good morning. What's good? Got some low leverage trades on. Popped above this node. I'm going to move my stop to the other side of this node right here. I'll grab this arrow. It's already here. So right now, I'm basically looking for us to hold, build value above this node, see if we're going to crank higher. Okay, ES already hit value area high, though. Okay, we got previous session value area high right here on NQ. Move my stop up to the other side of the node there. 25,834. Got 160 bucks in the morning. Nothing crazy. This is a $2,500 account. So we're trading small. What platform are you trading on here? This is TradingView. This is just a real account. So I funded a real account, 2,500 bucks. Show people the journey of building an account. I did chop myself up a bit up on the tail end of Friday after stream, which was a major mistake, but it happens. One of the downsides for me when I'm trading low leverage is I don't care. So I have to remember to not do that for you guys. So I gotta treat it like I do care. So I did take a few paper cuts. We're up almost 200 bucks. Let's go ahead and do a limit sell here at the smokes. All right, I'm gonna bag that right there. 200 bucks. 200 bucks, 6 minutes. Not bad. Not bad at all. 200 bucks in 6 minutes. How's the user interface for somebody that's new into this type of thing? Well, actually, I'm pretty sure I took a paper cut before that. So I'm up 146 bucks on the day. How is the user interface? OG Trade, what's up? Good morning. For somebody that's new into this type of thing, TradingView is the best charting platform by far. So you can connect it to, so right now I'm connected to NinjaTrader. Okay, I could connect it to any number of brokers, though. You don't have to connect to NinjaTrader. You can prop trade on it. So all the prop traders out there also have prop accounts as well. Okay, which just remember to close that top step long out. So you can see here, I do have I finally added it. Okay, little, call these my gas money accounts. So I got my gas money accounts here on Top Step. That's what Top Step looks like. It's literally just TradingView. And we've got the real money over here. So slowly getting everything on the screen. Up a couple $100. So the name of the game on Monday is always to do some macro analysis. So we're going to jump out to the weekly. Let me see if my team needs me for anything. We've got we're pushing the glass on the ceiling here on NQ. So originally my thesis was that we were going to crack after we did that rotation lower. We had a very bullish action. So that thesis I think is pretty dead for now. Or they're going to fake us out, which is fine. I had a lot of trades that worked out even though my long-term thesis was wrong. And that's trading. So I would have liked to have made my 1,000 points, but you got to play what the market gives you. So on the weekly, we're inside of this node here. We're at the edge of it. We need to see what happens once we get to the edge of this auction here still. Okay. So we do have the prior week high on the table. We'll just move this conveniently already placed yellow line up to our prior week high. We'll put a label on it. Okay. Prior week high. So our medium to big boy size trap longs are going to be at the prior week high. Okay. And then we also have prior week low down here. Okay. The edge of the shelf denoted by the red. Okay. So we're trading inside of this auction here. Prior week high, prior week low, going to be some key areas. And there's a very obvious delta right here. That's also important. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking about on NQ. Let's take a look over at ES really quickly. Tay in the house. What's up, baby girl? Emerald Green Waves. What's up? Y'all really, what's up? Shout out to the Trade Edge fam. Best community on earth, by the way. If you want to join it, hit the link in my bio. We got a 1-week free trial. A lot of really great traders in there. Y'all really, I saw you've been doing some pretty cool stuff, man. I didn't comment on it. I do read. I know I haven't been as active in the Discord, but I do read everything, guys. So y'all really working on some impressive stuff. A lot of data-driven stuff. Love to see it. The more meticulous that you get as a trader, the more tedious that you make it, the more in-depth that you get, it is impossible to not get better. It's literally impossible. It's only when you stay very surface level and you're looking for shortcuts that you kind of plateau. But when you really start squeezing juice out of the market, you're just going to get good. It's impossible not to. Good morning, Forrest Snag, 13 points, 1 MES, mental leverage up. Money's money. Take that. Cover the commission on your other trades now. No worries, still a work in progress. Hey, everything's a work in progress, man. I'm a work in progress. Bro. Wait, what did Soul say? What's up, boo? Bro. Soul in the house. What's up, man? Soul out here crushing the prop game like a G. Over, what are you at? Are you over 200K? Or did you closed out your Top Step accounts? You're restarting, right? Did you break 200K? Or how high did you get on Top Step before you close those out? It's pretty high. Last I saw was like 125K or something. Nonetheless, Soul's another trader in our community. Trade coach as well. He's my peer coach in our mentorship program. So, long story short, he's an amazing trader. He's been traveling, having a good time, living his version of freedom. Love to see it. Nice long trade. Yeah, man. Just a nice little breakout. We also had that 4-hour High volume doji. It was red, but it was a nice little bottom out signal out of this node here. Okay, so it's like a C trade. I personally chose to close it, guys, at the value area high on NQ. I'm looking at the wrong ticker. If it runs higher, well, it runs higher, but was literally 100 points in a few minutes. We take those. I'm not a Monday trader. I'm not much of a Monday trader, so you will see me always be more cautious on Monday. The way that I like to approach trading in general is a narrative. I like to have a story in my mind, okay? And the markets, once I have this whole story in my mind for what the market wants to do, then I put my trades into that story, right? That's all based off positioning. So given that it's Monday, Monday is essentially the prologue. I want to read the prologue before I start taking too many trades. So yes, there are trades. If I do trade early in the week, it's usually settlement open Sunday. So settlement open is, I know, obviously counter to what I just said, but I'll take settlement open trades. The Monday, I'm usually more cautious. Nonetheless, we have still a divergence in terms of the story. So you can see that we swept January 7th, okay, on ES. So those trap longs are done. We did not do that on NQ. We front ran that level, okay, that prior week was front ran. So there's an imbalance there. So I want to see that play out. Obviously, my macro down thesis is basically dead at this point. We'll see what happens. This has happened to me before, by the way. I have a thesis and they'll do something weird and then they'll run the play like a week or two later. It's important, if that happens, to still accept that. I wouldn't say that my thesis played out in that case. I would say that my thesis essentially failed because I obviously missed something. And then I would basically want to get the same read again, right? You don't want to hold on to an idea. You don't want to be too stuck to any particular trade idea, though. That's just your ego, something we all deal with. So you don't want to be so stuck to an idea that you're like constantly trying to make it work, right? Stick to your idea if you're confident in it, but not because you need it to work or because you told somebody about it and now you're going to look dumb if it doesn't work out. Don't worry about that. Let it go. Squeezing every last drop out of the market from a knowledge perspective, yes. Yes, yes. So can I just hop in this thing and start trading? On paper, so you can be a paper trader, sure. I got above 200K on Top Step. That doesn't count. Sim Profits just live. I was watching you delayed. Actually, maybe becoming an unk. Yeah, that was, I closed that long at 9:36. It was a very, very early trade. Bobby, if you want to start trading, the best thing to do, I'll give you 2 steps. 1, join my community. Trade on paper. So don't spend any money. There are things called prop firms. I wouldn't do that. I would spend at least 30 days, probably more, but at least 30 days just trading sim. I'll show you what that looks like right now for everybody, okay? Go to TradingView. You're going to go to paper trading. Connect. You see this is a paper account. I'm up $500,000 on it, okay? And in your paper account, you do whatever you want. Maybe I want to short 5 contracts, okay? Maybe I want to short 5 contracts to this, okay? This will let you test your ideas without risking money. If you can't make money on paper, you definitely ain't going to make money with real money. So this is what I recommend everybody does. A lot of people complain, like, oh, it's not the same. And it's like, yeah, it's not the same. It's practice. So that's what I would recommend. All right, hold on, guys. I got to log back in. I got to log back into my account. show you my password. Hold on. Alrighty. And we're back. We're logged back into the Ninja account. All right. I got cash. I'm trying to jump into trading, sport betting, getting boring. They're very different. I'll tell you that. What if there's a firm out there that's pulling an Ender's Game and copy trading the world's greatest paper traders? That would be pretty wild, actually. I wouldn't be surprised. There's basically a 0% chance that that's not happening somewhere. Like there's somebody copying somebody somewhere, like at a hedge fund. There could be a hedge fund watching me and leveraging up like $500,000 or 10 million. Who knows? You know. If you are out there, please send me an email. I will trade your capital. Sol and I will trade your capital for you. You just need a minimum investment of probably at least 20 million, to be honest, for it to be worth my time. But I'll do it. Maybe 10. But yeah, if you want to jump into trading, there's a million different furus out there and things. It's part of why I funded the small account Trading Live, kind of show people my system. I trade what is called the VPE, stands for the volume profile edges, which is a system that I created. It's of my own invention, and it's the result of years of looking at the charts and trying ideas. That's really all it is. So you literally won't hear of this from anywhere else. It's not because I think I'm special. It's literally just I sat in this chair for thousands of hours, guys, and I just wrote shit down like a maniac because I'm insane. 50 mil, yeah. If you found your way to Forest Channel, you should consider yourself lucky because for every one of us, there's like 50 furus. Facts. Facts. Such is the nature of entertainment. So right now, guys, I actually never finished my weekly analysis. So let's talk about this. And I actually want to talk about the monthly as well. We'll go even higher. So we still have these measured move from way, 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 way back that I drew. So going higher is entirely a possibility. I thought we were going to rotate lower, but we're still going higher. Okay. 72.65. I have as a less likely move. My most likely is actually the one higher, 75.77. So the market could certainly run hot for a little bit longer. We'll do a little measured move here. See what we get here on the monthly. It's a little bit different now. Looks like this would put me back at my original measured move. A little bit different of a move, but we're still in striking distance. I'm not going to change my targets. My macro targets, for whatever reason, are incredibly accurate, almost down to the penny. You can see, I mean, anyways, I'm not going to pat myself on the back too much. They're incredibly accurate. So we're going to leave these lines here until they hit. Chair got to be comfy. I guess so, man. I'm be honest, there's just something wrong with me, bro. The things that I enjoy doing, I just really enjoy doing. Like, I enjoy trading. I'm an exceptionally routine person. I like eating the same foods. I like going to the same places. I just like to be locked in. I like to pursue things to their full potential. It's because the edge works. Yep. Does work. So monthly, it's only January 12th. We're halfway through this candle. We can't really use the current candle. So let's just go back in time a little bit on the monthly. Okay, as of last month, December's close. Two very big bottom wicks coming off here, increasing volume relative to the prior months off of this 6607 level. And then we had this kind of doji in December, lower volume. So we are squeezing into this 7004 level. Okay, we get out of replay. You see that we're squeezing into the ceiling. This is glass. We're tapping on the glass. Ting, ting, ting. Eventually, we're going to crack the glass. We crack the glass, it's going to rip. Okay, probably straight to 72.65. We'll have a couple hot days up to 72.65. Check the VIX. Okay. VIX is at 1545. If that happens, the VIX is going to crush probably down into the 12s, which means we're going to have a few days of up, and then the ATR is going to shrink once we're at the highs pretty substantially, right? Which is not fun for us day traders. ATR stands for average trading range. So the days will get smaller. Let's go to NQ. That's not what I wanted. I don't know what this music is that's playing, but I'm about to lose it. All right. NQ monthly. Kind of a flaggy thing. Already tested the 50 fib of this. We're just in this auction here. We need to see what happens at this prior week high, really. There's honestly nothing really for me to do here until we touch this prior week high and get to the edge of the shelf. I want to know what happens at the edge of the shelf here. Got to link up with you sometime this month, chop it up. Yeah, pop by, man. Pop by the studio. I'm in here. But definitely join the community, bro. I'm always down to chop it up. But the best way is you got to immerse yourself. You got to walk, talk, breathe, eat, sleep, shit trading. Straight heat coming out of my ears right now. Let's go to the 4 hour. Actually, jump to the 8 hour. Nice little barcode on the 8 hour. Exciting. So very Monday. We have no tier 1 data today. I believe we have CPI tomorrow. Yep. So this is why the story, think of the market as a story, okay? Think of each week as a story, okay? Okay. All stories have key events, okay? So CPI is a key event. We all know that news is a key event. But things don't just happen in a story out of the blue, right? There's always the setup. There's the setup. So if the key event is tomorrow, that means that you should be thinking about where should the market close today? Where does it make sense for the market to close today, given what's happening on the higher time frames? Okay. Knowing that CPI is going to be a volatile event. What's very unlikely, for example, would be for the market to close just like in the exact middle of the range. Okay, it's probably going to close stacking volume lower or higher. It's going to run one side in the morning, and then at data, it's going to run the other side. Okay, if you've tracked and journaled enough of events, you know this to be the case. So it's really not rocket science. It's just data collection. It's just data collection. But you need to start building these narratives in your head, these stories. And you'll start to recognize, like, oh, this looks like this type of story. This looks like this type of story. You know? Or however you got to think about it. That's how I think about it. B Browse, what's good, brother? For those of you who missed it, we took one long. The small account is up to 32.55. We started at 2,500 bucks. So we're up 750 bucks on the $2,500 account. It's coming together. Coming together. I'm going to get rid of this big red because it's kind of killing the vibe of the chart there. I think I'm going to trade this account to like 10K and then we'll adjust from there. We'll do something. Apex is doing their classic 80% off. I'm going to grab some of those, use code FORCE TRADING. Help a brother out. Since I'm doing what I said I'd never do, which is live trading on the internet. Let me be honest with you guys. It gives me anxiety. But I'm going to do it. We're going to do it together. Doing it. Yo. I spent like 5 minutes trying to figure out how to get my music to come through on stream. Because it's good, guys. It is good. It's only 9:59. Jeez. Hold up, y'all. Sending a message to my ops manager. I want to run through a scenario. How's everybody's weekend, by the way? I didn't even check in. You guys have a good weekend? That's right. Upward emoji. Tay knows what it is. All right, so let's talk about the distribution right now. This is pretty key. So the POC on both charts is lower. I need to set up a macro to turn these on and off. I'm going to do that later. I'm moving my mouse too much. The POC, point of control, is here. The point of control is the price with the most volume. That means most people have traded here. And another way to think of that is that most people have their basis here, which is really important. Today, okay, since settlement opened yesterday, which was 6 p.m., most people across the entire world, millions of market participants, have their basis. They're positioned right here. Okay, there's some at all of these prices, sure, but most of them are right here. This is key. We can see that we are accumulating value or volume here above the value area high. Forrest, what does that mean? Thanks for asking. I'm going to tell you right now. As we know, the area between the value area low, which is the purple line, and the value area high, which is the other purple line, is 70% of the volume. So the POC is where most people are. Between this high and this low is where most of the volume is, right? Or one standard deviation of people. We're stretching out our distribution, okay? It is skewing upwards because we have value. Whenever you have value getting built outside of value area high, low or high, this is a key event. in the story of the day. This is a key event. Value is a building outside of our one standard deviation of data, okay, where most of our people are. So this is a bullish accumulation. Now, we can see here, I can't drag that arrow to the other chart. On ES, it's a little bit closer. Okay, we're also closer to the prior day high on ES. So the question is, do we hold above value high and keep building this value? If we do, we'll have a bullish kind of trend up day. Otherwise, very, very soon, we will race down to the POC and probably to value area low. Okay, the purple line on both tickers. It's very unlikely. Actually, that's not true. If we put in a lower high, I could see us sweeping this low. It's because we have CPI tomorrow. But bullish event, if this bullish event fails, we're going to have a very strong down move. Okay, because the way to think about this is because of how bullish this is, this accumulation, if this fails, that means there's nobody left to cake this higher today, which means we're only going to have sell-side competition, sellers competing against sellers. And the way that you win as a seller is by lowering the price. Okay, if you're trying to sell something and you want to beat your competition, you lower the price, right? So the sellers start competing against each other. Price comes lower. Make sense? Hope it does. For now, I'm just going to watch. Just going to hang out. Valmay, I don't know if you're on stream, but I just saw your message. I'll get back to you, brother. Let's see what happens. The 4 hours obviously just green. I mean, we can go over to it, but he's got a big old green candle. High volume. Still below that trend line. You can see here, we just went to the edge of this little node. See that? Edge of the node. Yes. Just going to full screen this real quick. These charts are just different. We've got a downward slope and an upward slope. It's an interesting setup, to say the least. A lot of trades to be sure, but just not perfect. It's just not a perfect scenario. I think these connect. No. I'll take another payout real quick on Top Step. Huh? They want me to upload a tax form again? Oh, probably because it's the new year. That's annoying. Well, I was going to take this payout live, but I got to upload a W-9 apparently. Again. We'll do that later. What questions you guys got me for me today? Traveled for a decade plus working. It can get exhausting. Yeah, when I was a sales engineer, I traveled a lot. I was doing at least 50, 60 flights a year. Let's see. Yeah. Just building value higher. Not much to do, guys. Kind of a boring session. Took that long, got 100 points. If I had positioned earlier, I would have taken more leverage on that, but it's whatever. We snagged the hundo. Got it in. Got any new traders in the chat today? Any brand new? Any newbies in the house? Ooh, man. This music is making me want to go practice right now. Hit the floor. Here, I'll share this mix for y'all in the chat. I'll share this mix for y'all. Oh, it's not even the direct link. Let me give y'all the direct link. It's actually just the top one. Swiss Beats. Check out that Swiss Beats mix. Straight heat. On the open, when the price began pushing up, did you just buy into that candle? What did you base your stop on? Good question. So, really, I was looking at the 4 hour. And at that time, we had this high volume doji. Wrong color, though, right? So, this is like a C trade. But we also had a big, I mean, I wish I took this overnight short. I contemplated it, but I didn't for reasons. But that was a nice trade, and I'm just like, are they going to run it lower in the morning? It's very unlikely on a Monday. Not going to happen. More than likely, they're going to bounce this thing and range it. Again, high volume doji. Okay, it's a bad signal candle. So my stop is just down here at the edge of the candle. Okay, risk 75. So the RR on that's not crazy. And I got in late as well. But that was the trade. So I didn't actually have a stop on it. I was just watching it. I knew it wasn't going to go against me. I mean, you guys should trade with stops. But if I'm looking at a trade, I got my finger on the trigger. Let's close it. Hey, Forrest, good morning. Current market setup, as I see, we are lingering on the upper end at this point. It will either continue up or come down to POC. How do you determine between continuation? What show number? So the show number is 714, Swiss Beats, for that selection. To your question about continuation higher or not, we want to look at where volume is being built. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier as well. We're pushing higher. Okay, I trade the volume profile. Candles don't really matter. What matters is where are people positioning. People are positioning higher. So we went from a kind of a D-shaped distribution, a normal distribution. It wasn't really normal, but more of a standard distribution to now we have a bimodal distribution. We have two modes. So there's a mode, there's a population of people accumulating here higher. Okay, so this is skewing a bit. What's very, very likely, by the way, is going to happen is this will run higher at some point. It'll do an N-shaped bounce off of the edge of this node. Pretty common for a B shape. I would not be surprised, though, just because we ran this low, if we just grind up for this high. It's a Monday. CPI is tomorrow. So don't, go for too much today with CPI being tomorrow. You really should not fry yourself today. Okay, CPI is trading Olympics. Be ready. If you miss the long already, you should not be trying to make up for it. You can't make up for trades. It's not possible. It is getting hot in here. We're grinding. We're chilling. We're 1 for 1 on the day. We'll see if we get another one in. But for now, we're hanging out. We are hanging out. We'll see if we can crack, I was going to say 3K. We'll see if we can crack 4K on this account by the end of the week. We'll probably be able to do it. If we get a good setup, we'll crack that in like one trade. I'll do like a 3 MQ trade. We'll make like a G or something. Crack the $4,000 mark. Light work. Yes, sir. Ain't nothing but a thing. Right now, what to look for the rest of the day. Okay. See when the POC shifts up, point of control is going to shift higher. This red line will shift up to here. Okay. Once that shifts up, pretty safe to say that this is going to continue higher. We'll probably get a little bit of a pullback again to the bottom of this node, maybe to this node here. And then eventually we'll make a run for the prior day high. Okay, prior day high, prior week high on the table. Prior week high is this yellow line. That's really the thing that we want to go for. Prior day high and prior week high are very, very close. Once we clean up those trapped longs, we'll be ready for the next play. The hardest part is sitting there and just doing nothing. It used to be. For me, it's really easy now. It's actually really easy for me to do nothing now. I'm not going to lie to you. But it does take time. I just have so much data on my own trading and what works. Like, I'll tell you what happened. A few years ago, I was looking at my trade log, and I saw that every trade, my win rate for trades over 4 hours is basically like 80 to 90%. It's incredibly high. Then I look at my other things, and I was like, what is it about these trades? Obviously, just holding a trade for a long time doesn't mean it's going to work. There's something about the way that I approach trades and when I hold them for a long period of time that works in my favor. Okay? When it comes to scalping, that it was hit or miss. I'd have really green days, really red days, really green days, really red days. But once I got into hours, my performance is just stupidly good. So eventually I asked myself a question. I was like, do I want to try to be at this good on every time frame? Or maybe I should just do what works. And you got to work on your ego and things like that. And now I just don't care. I know that when I get into a trade, I'm usually down to hold it for hours. Like, I set my bracket and I just walk away, which works especially with my lifestyle because I run a company. I run a brick and mortar business, The Move Miami, America's #1 studio. Okay, putting out all your guys' favorite trading content across YouTube for all these traders. So once I get off stream, like, I'm barely watching charts. My camera disappeared. Probably overheated again. It's A7. Looks like your camera dies. Yeah, well, I'll fix it, guys. 1 second. All right. Turn the fan on. On a live account? On a live account, what? This is a live account. Right here, yeah. This is a small account that I started last week, $2,500. We're up $750. keep trading this thing. But yeah, this account, my big boy account, all my accounts, even though I'm a day trader, my trades are a couple hour holds. And then a lot of overnight 72-hour, swing trades. Of course, just classic swing trading. There we go, pushing higher. So what happens? Accumulate value outside of the value area. Okay. Early sign of a trend going to form. I could have relonged. There's just not enough juice for me to care. I'm going to look for the next wave. I'm much more interested in capturing like 90% of the next move than the tail end of this move. I already got my 100 points for the day, which isn't really a thing that I care about, to be honest. A trade's a trade, but we'll see. Do you prefer NinjaTrader over Tradeovate for live accounts? To be honest, I could trade on a calc. It does not matter to me. The reason I use Ninja is because they give you good span margin. What's span margin for us? Intraday margin. So the margin requirements for NQ is like 18,500 per contract. Okay. For a real account. So if you like my Interactive Brokers account, okay, for me to long 5 contracts, I need to have essentially 100 G's in there. Okay. Most people don't have 100 G's until you've been trading for a while. So that's fine. The problem is like inside of a trade, maybe it dips under 100 G's. So they're going to liquidate your account because inside of the trade, right, your margin requirements are going to change. On Ninja, it's $1,000 per contract. So in order to trade 5 NQ, I only need 5K. Intraday, overnight goes the full margin. So you can't hold these trades overnight. They also will change the margin during news events. So you got to watch out for that. But for new traders and really everybody, to be honest, it just gives you better leverage on your money. Which for futures, like, why not? Like, there's no reason not to use it for futures trading. Tradeovate, I don't like web-based trading tools, to be honest. I like native tools. Everybody's going to web. The platforms are getting better, so I might change my mind on that. But there's just... I'm a background engineer, like not a background, software engineer by trade. Like that was what I did for a long time. And I just know a lot of the approaches that these companies are taking. I know their tech stacks. They cut a lot of corners. Performance is a serious issue. Webull, for example, I lost 30K on Webull because of their just dumbass platform. And yeah, I just refuse to go back. So It's just something to look out for. The real way to mitigate that risk is to have multiple accounts. So I have like 4 or 5 brokerage accounts. I have money all over the place. I have money in Thinkorswim that I don't even touch. That's just my I have the minimum fund. I have $30K in there. Just in case everything else fails and I need to get into a trade. Ninja and Trader are the same company? Yeah, the margins are the same. All right, well, we're pushing higher. Thank you for spending your Monday with me, trading with your boy Forrest. As you go out and trade with yourselves, okay, I want you to ask yourself a very simple question before you take any action, okay? Would the trader I want to be take the action I'm about to take? Okay. All right. Now, you can lie to yourself, but if I ask you that, don't lie to me. Okay? But don't lie to yourself either. Would the trader I want to be take the action that I'm about to take? The profitable trader that I want to be. The patient trader that I want to be. Okay? The successful 7-figure trader that I want to be. Would they take the action that I'm about to take? It's a really simple question. It'll save you a lot of heartburn and heartache. That's it. Thank you for trading with me. I will see each of you later. Subscribe.